Too many dreams, books, millionaires, ideas, skills, unfinished accomplishments are in the grave. Take a moment and think, what am I doing between the dash? You have to move right now because tomorrow is not promised. Join the Divine Connections movement in a couple of ways. 1, download the app for free. 2, subscribe to Divine Connections magazine. 3, if you have a book, a product, a service, gospel music, business, health and wellness product, church, or anything creative, join the Divine Connections Movement VIP and make a commitment to join a network that supports others, give you major exposure, customer retention, and customer engagement. To find out more about VIP, text 336-338-8903 or email divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Divine Connection Marketing is a 500 Fortune company that can always connect you to the right connection. Check them out.
Businesses all across the planet are looking to make connections with people. Well, guess what? Divine Connections Magazine is helping businesses not only walk in their purpose and passion, but to get connected to their potential. That's right. You've got to connect to your potential, and you can make it happen now because it is time to know your worth. As you get connected to people all across the planet, Divine Connections Magazine will make it happen. And get featured in the magazine today and get your copy now, because there's no other time than a divine time to get connected to Divine Connections Magazine.
Welcome, everyone. I am your host and CEO of Divine Connections, Deloris Williams. So glad that you are here today. Make sure you like and share and comment during this process. And so what we do here are Divine Connections Magazine, which is faith-based and inspirational. We connect with different businesses, entrepreneur, gospel artists, praise dance moms, vendors, pastors, authors, anyone that's doing something great in the community. We publish digital as well as hard copy. And then also twice a year, we do 2 big events, one in March, which is my anniversary, and then one in October. So this coming up March, which is actually this Saturday, March 25th, we are having Divine Connections 13th magazine anniversary, and we're celebrating 13 years of publications and connections. But we also want to do something special on this, and that is celebrate men as well. So we're going to have a men's panel talking about life, mental health, life and challenges. We're going to have vendors, we're going to have quartet groups, we're going to have moms, and we're going to have sponsors. So we're going to network and worship together. So listen, if you are in the area or you can get there, tickets are only $10. The location is Beyond Measure Ministries, which is 904 East Main Street, Hall River, North Carolina. And we want to see you in the place. It's only $10, and we look forward to connecting with you. And then also on Wednesdays, between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m., we have interviews. Our interviews are hosting individuals who are in the community who are making it happen, and they give you detail about who they are and what they do, and leave contact information, how they can connect, how you can connect with them. We also have our online store is now available, so you can shop now at Divine Connection Store, where we have our hoodies, our shirts, our jackets, pillows, socks with our brand on it. So you can get some great gifts for yourself and others, and letting them know that they are a Divine Connections and that you are a Divine Connection. So make sure we'll show you some information about that as well. And then last but not least, we have our app. Our app is now out. So now we are on everybody's phone. You just have to download the app and create a profile. So you can go to Divine Connections Magazine and download that app, and then create a profile so we can know who you are, what you do. You never know who might need you and your resource as well, and who are on the app that you may need that connection as well. So definitely do that as well. Again, that's Divine Connections Magazine. You can download that on Google or your Apple phone. Okay, awesome. So October is another event I have. It's called Bring It, where we bring in praise dance groups, mimes, vendors, and youth vendors. So I want to show you a little clip of the last event that we had in October. So check this out. Awesome, awesome. So listen, that is our October event. And our next October event, you can mark your calendars now for Saturday, October 14th. It's going to be at the Mebane Arts Center as well. So if you're vending, if you want to bring your family, your church, your organization, it's going to be awesome. If you're a praise dance group, a mime group, make sure you get in contact with me so you can be a part of the next event in October. So again, I was telling you about our store. So let me show you what's in our store so you can see that as well. Hold tight. Awesome, awesome. So that is our store. Again, that's bit.ly/ Divine Connection Store. You can now go and shop. We have over 100 items in our store. So I would love for you to support our store there as well. And so for the big thing, that our anniversary that is coming up Saturday, I want to give you just a little clip of what is getting ready to go down Saturday, March 25th at 11 a.m. at Beyond Measure Ministries, 904 East Main Street, Hall River, North Carolina. So it's right there in Burlington. So the Triad and Triangle can go right to the middle and meet us there at 11 a.m. It's only $10 to attend. So check this out of what's getting ready to happen March 25th. It's going to be on. We're having vendors, mimes, gospel groups, a men's panel, and sponsors. Our groups are the Power Boys, the Anointed Ones, Marvin Bobbitt and the Rising Suns, Terrell Brown and the Gospel Express. Our mime ministries are Jared Terry, Greater Is He Mime Ministry, and Jerry Linsom Jr., No Limits. Our men's panel, David Dickens, Corey Rawlinson, E.J. Stewart, James Montague, Maurice McDonald, Marcus Holly, Miliken Tyler, James Allen, and so much more. Come and support this event. If you want to be a sponsor, text 336-338-8903 or email divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. You don't want to miss this. See you there. Awesome, awesome. So listen, you don't want to miss this event. It is going to be Saturday, at 11 a.m. this Saturday, March 25th. I want to see you there. Tickets are only $10. I'm grateful for the opportunity. So let's continue and move forward. All right. So how do you stay connected with Divine Connections? Go to our website at divineconnectionsmagazine.com and join our email list for all news and updates. We also have our Facebook page, which is Divine Connections Marketing. You can also follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections and go to our YouTube channel at The Divine Connection. Subscribe there and click the notification button so you can know when we're on, what we're doing, when we have interviews, when we have events. All right. And that will keep you in the know. If you want to know more about advertising or even being on the show, let's connect. Text me at 336-338-8903 or email me at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. And then if you haven't got your ticket or registered yet for the event, go to divineconnectionsmagazine.com/events. All right. And we look forward to seeing you there. If you have not received your copy of Divine Connections, the current one is here and available. Go check it out. We have hard copy as well as digital copy. You can change the quantity of the hard copy so you can share that with your family, your friends, your churches, and your organizations. So we have a lot of great resources in our Divine Connections magazine. So you want to make sure you get a copy of that. All right. And then we also have sponsorship. So as this show continues to grow, we have sponsorship. If you have a 30-second commercial for your business or your organization, we would love to connect with you and help you spread the word of your organization, whether it's products, services, um, businesses, whatever you have, resources. We would love to help share your information. So we do a 3-month agreement, and it's 150, and we will play you before or after the interview so people can know who you are and what you do. The more exposure you have, the more people know who you are and what you do, and then want to connect with you. All right. So if you want to be a sponsor and you have a 30-second commercial, please let us know. All right. You can send me an email at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. Next on our agenda, if you need a 30-second or a 60-second commercial for your business, your ministry, for your book, your gospel group, or your event, we customize in that as well. So you can connect with me and we would love to serve you to create a 30-second or a 60-second commercial for you as well. And then we have our book. My book is out. My second book. It is called The Key Connector: How to Build an Empire Helping People. And I talk about my accomplishments in my personal life as well as my business, Divine Connections, and how God has been with me. I had to have faith, of course, in myself and faith in the God in me. So we talk about different things and how I do what I do. So if you want to know how I do what I do, go ahead and get your copy of The Key Connector, and they will be at the event as well. So if you're at the event this Saturday, you can get a copy of my book and I will sign it for you as well. Okay. We also have this year, our journals are here. So making it happen, you are a divine connection. So we are grateful for every divine connection. So we write the vision, we make it plain, we execute, and we celebrate. God is doing great things in our lives, and it's good to write the vision. Or if you have a desire or something you want to accomplish, put it in the book, write the vision, right? Make it happen. You are a divine connection. So get you a journal. It will also be at the event as well. Don't forget about going to the store. Here's the link for that, bit.ly/divine connections store, to order your hoodies, your shirts, your jackets, your hats. We have it for you, right? And then last but not least, our Divine Connections magazine and our app is now available. So you can download it on your Google Play Store or your Apple Play Store and just type in Divine Connections magazine. We look forward to it. And now for our wonderful special guest that is in the house. He is being one of our one of our speakers on our men's panel that is coming Saturday, which I am so excited about. We're going to talk about different things, and we want to make sure you're in the house. And this young man has definitely been a mentor to me. He is a light. He is a support in the things that I do. And so I am grateful to have him share the stage with Divine Connections on this Saturday. So listen, if you don't have your ticket, You need to go ahead and get it. It's only $10, but I want you to come, enjoy yourself, be uplifted, and be encouraged. So let's bring him on in. Elder Tyler is in the house. So hold tight. Great day, great day. How are you? Uh-oh. He's a little frozen. I heard him. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you this evening?
Doing good, doing good, doing good. I am so glad to have you on because you are a servant to heart and you have blessed me over and over again just by your support and your prayers. And so I'm grateful to have you on today. We'll have some other people on today. Some people can get on right now. It's a busy time, but we wanted to share with individuals a little bit about you and where you're from.
Okay. First of all, congratulations on 13 years.
Thank
I've
you.
known you. Yes, I've known you, your mother and father, and other sisters now for at least 8. You are very fine and good people. So what
Oh,
was
I
the
was just saying,
question again?
tell us about yourself and where you're from.
Oh, okay. Well, I grew up in the Mississippi Delta in a small town called Eudora, Arkansas, down in
Hmm.
the Mississippi Delta, not too far from Mississippi and not too far from Louisiana, down in that portion of Arkansas. And
Okay.
yeah, and I grew up there, and then I motored up to Boston, Mass. I think where my wife, who you know quite well.
Yeah.
So I motored up to
Hey
Boston,
there.
Mass, and spent as much time in Boston, Mass, as I spent in Arkansas. And my wife there, and we have two sons and granddaughters, in which we are very proud. And I must say
Mhm.
also that growing up in Arkansas, my mother and father, we had a sum total of, I believe it was 12 children. So I
Mm.
come from a rather large family. Um, Family was so large, in fact, that we had two sets of children. My mother and father had two sets of two
Uh-huh.
sets. And from there, from Boston, Mass, my wife's job moved down to North Carolina, so we decided to relocate to North Carolina temporarily. So we've been in Cary, North Carolina now for 8 years. And we joined the Greater Walltown United Holy Church in Durham, where we motor every Sunday, 30 to 45-minute drive up to Durham every Sunday. Uh, I was ordained an elder in the United Holy Church while we were still in Massachusetts. I am an associate elder at Greater Walltown United Holy Church in Durham now. And uh, that's about it in overall, the detail, but in the interest of time, I won't even go into that.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We have time. We have time. So I want people to find out, more about you, and we're going to talk about some things on Saturday about mental health, life, and challenges. So
Mhm.
what are some things that you think that we should be able to share with the men on Saturday to become better men?
Uh, One of the things that I think that God has called me into the
Mm-hmm.
ministry, not even into the ministry, but just called me into His family. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there's a scripture in First Timothy, and I look at that scripture quite often, and it says, "The grace of our Lord was me through our Lord." So when I always think that from my early childhood down in Arkansas, and
Mm-hmm.
how life was really a struggle. And I know
Mm-hmm.
that my family probably were no different than a lot of families who grew up at that time and under those
Yeah.
circumstances. And
Mm-hmm.
but when the Bible says that the Apostle Paul says that the grace of God was poured out unto him abundantly, I can see those very words as being a part of my life
Yeah.
also, because I think it was God's grace. And I know we hear that a lot. We hear that a lot. We hear a
Mm-hmm.
lot of testimonies about God's grace. But I'm here to say that it's true, that God's grace has been
Yes.
poured out on me and my family, and my wife and my children abundantly. Because there's some things that only a God in heaven and only a God in heaven could have gotten us this far. So uh, I can remember back when I was growing up, one of my grandmothers, she would always ask us to come over and help her either chop wood or chop linen or do something of that nature. She wouldn't use the word help. She would use the
Mm-hmm.
word hope, hope,
Mm.
H-O-L. So we would always say, at least by one of my sisters, myself, around the same age, we would always say, there's no such word as hope. There's no such
Mm-hmm.
word as hope. Because, being 15 and 16 years old, of course, we knew everything about everything existed on God's planet. There's no such thing as hope. So one day I was reading the King James Version of the Bible, and it said there's a word called hoping, H-O-L-P-E-N, hoping. So I can only say that Mr. Know-It-All and Miss Know-It-All didn't quite know it all. And I think that's one. I think that I won't call it a burden, but I think that's what God has called me as, given me a feeling and a call to be helpful to somebody that I meet along the way. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's been my mantra, that's been my theme, that's been a call from God to be a help. Because my grandmother used to say hoping. And I said there's no such thing as hoping. And I found out that there was such a thing as hoping, which means help. And I
Mm-hmm.
think God did on and I won't say a burden, because nothing has come from, God does some chastise us. Maybe it's a chastise, but
Yeah.
it's placed upon me the direction of to be a help. So I
Mm-hmm.
married a woman whose direction would be a help also. So we are
Yeah.
a couple helps. So wherever we go and whatever we do, we try to be a help to somebody that we meet along the way. And sometimes that's just calling somebody up on the phone to see what they're doing. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
that's just giving them a little change to this one or that one. And sometimes, as there's a lady at our church who always speaks encouragement, and I've learned that
Mm-hmm.
encouragement, words of encouragement goes a long way.
Yes, it
Because because I can remember growing up, there were people, teachers and Sunday school folks and church folks who encouraged us to do this and this. And they also encouraged us through hope. And
is.
they
Mm-hmm.
gave us, my mother, bless her heart, she was always there to
Yes.
encourage us to go to, well, she didn't encourage us to go to Sunday school. She made us go to Sunday school. But she encouraged us to do things that would be later be very beneficial in life. And so
Mm-hmm.
did the teachers that I had. They were always willing to lend a hand. And out of
Mm-hmm.
that encouragement grew the perseverance to go beyond the meager stuff we had at the time, and
Mm-hmm.
the hope, the hope that life and things would always be better, and not to let distractors plan your future.
Mm. Come
Not
on.
right, not to hear the words of the distractors, which were plenty, but
Mm-hmm.
just hope and work hard and work hard and persevere. And if God being on your side, you're
That's right.
going to. And sometimes the success in life doesn't have to be monetary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all need that little money in order to do certain things. But the joy and the happiness, sometimes money can't buy the joy and happiness.
Yes.
But when you can look back on your life and say that I've lived a good life, and I'm thinking about one of my brothers who passed away last year, and one
Yeah.
of his last words that he said to me was that God has been good to me. So when you can
Mm,
look back on your and say that I've lived a good life, it might not
that's
be a
right.
long life, but I lived a good life, and I know that God is pleased with what He's done in my life.
I
Just
love
words of
it.
encouragement.
Yes. I love that. I love that. So throughout your whole life, you were able to learn how to help people and then continue that and got married and married a mate that does the same thing. And I love that. And it shows. And I like you because, it's not about your title, it's who you are. And that
Yes.
makes a big difference. A lot of people are title driven, versus just being that person who they are, who God created them to be. And that's why
Yes.
you always stand out to me, because you are a servant to heart. With the title, without
Yes.
the title, you're the same person.
Well, thank you. And
You're
one of the things that the church has blessed me with a ministry now. Also, uh, every 2 times a month, I drive back up to Durham, and there's a nursing home in Durham called Rose Manor,
okay.
and
Yeah.
on Roxborough Street, and I
Uh-huh.
drive up there, and I commune with the some of the residents at Rose at the nursing home with Bible study, and
Mm.
the first couple of times that I visited were kind of they were. I'll be quite honest. It was really tough uh,
Mm-hmm.
seeing the not only the bodily conditions of some of the residents,
Yeah. Yeah.
but the mental conditions also.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I counted it as a blessing
Mm-hmm.
because I I wasn't under the impression that I was going to go and be a blessing to them because
Mm-hmm.
I had a similar situation where one of our churches in Boston, we had gone out to a rehab facility for drug rehab facility, and we had met some of the residents there. So in my mind, I thought we were going to go and we were going to deliver and be a blessing, you know, and it turns
Mm-hmm.
out that just the opposite occurred in that
Mm-hmm.
with the testimonies, and it was a Christian base. This Christian lady had formed this rehab center, so it was
Mm-hmm.
more let God do the rehabilitation, and
Yeah.
the residents there had just spectacular testimonies of how they had over how clean and holding on to Jesus, they had been
Mm-hmm.
able to come one step closer to being free of that bond of drugs and alcohol and all that stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
it was such a test blessing to hear that testimony, and in
Yeah.
turn ones who were actually blessed and
Mm-hmm.
not our expectations were completely thrown out there. So when I stepped into this nursing home in Durham, I expected the same thing. And
Mm-hmm.
I've been there now for about three months or so.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to get the residents to open up, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't try to go and do a strict Bible study, word for word Bible
Right.
study. Just I try to show them how to apply how God, the application of the
Mm-hmm.
gospel, what
Yes.
frees us, and not that they will ever become Bible scholars or anything like that, or even remember what I said once I leave the place, but
Yeah.
that the love of God, even in their conditions, the love of
Mm-hmm.
God still loves in one of His children.
Yes. And that's what it's all about. So regardless of where you minister or where God sends you, it's all about the love of Christ. At the end of the day, I know we were talking about on another call how important the elderly is, because one day we're going to be old and get old as well. And so that's an important, part in life as you transition from youth to adult to family or single. You're eventually going to get old, and, we should pay attention to our elderly. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. As a matter of fact, to look at these, to look at the nursing home, a lot of us pass by those facilities, the nursing homes, the prisons, where people are, either people are coming to either are in the twilight of their lives, or they're
Mm-hmm.
incarcerated, or something to that effect. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes in our drive-by, we really don't get an opportunity to fathom what is going on behind those doors.
Yeah.
And you know, I know that our church, Greater Walter, I know that we visited Rose Manor during the Christmas season. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think that we as a church, I know that our missionaries visit Rose Manor quite often,
Mm-hmm.
but for the general body, uh, we don't. I don't think we do quite that. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes what we don't see, we don't
Mm-hmm.
recognize, or we don't feel, or we don't know. And I just encourage anyone who has a mother or father who still lives, or has an elderly relative or whatever, to
Mm-hmm.
just go by and say hey to someone in the nursing home, just to
Mm-hmm.
say, "Hey, how are you doing?" But you were
Yeah.
right. We're all destined, if we live long enough, we're all destined to become.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, in our country, uh, we give more credence to the young than we do
Mm-hmm.
to the aged. And
Mm-hmm.
and and I won't say that that's necessarily a bad thing, because our young people are being subjected to so much stuff, and our
Mm-hmm.
young kids are growing up to be old folk far before their time.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sister Deloris, I can remember when I was growing up, and on the weekend, my mother would allow us to watch a little television late, right?
Yeah.
So on the week, so after the wrestling went off, after and uh, it's 12 o'clock at night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on the television, black and white television now, on the television, there would be a big test pattern would come up on the panel. And on that test pattern, a voice would say, that concludes our broadcast day. That
Mm-hmm.
concludes our broadcast day. And after that announcer said there was no more broadcast, they would play the Star Spangled Banner, and the
Mm-hmm.
flag would wave, and the jets would fly over. And after that, you'd hear this beep in that
Mm-hmm.
test pattern. And that meant that we are done broadcasting television. It's
All
time
right.
to get in, because there's nothing else to see.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays, you can go 24 hours a day
Mm-hmm.
and watch as much television, television as you want.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of our young people, a
Come
lot of
on.
our young out age people too, are so busy with either television or the
Mm-hmm.
phones or
Mm-hmm.
this. That 12 o'clock sign off, that gave everybody a chance to rest,
That's right. That's right.
quiet time, to
Mm-hmm.
rest, shut it down. Like God gave us that 7th day to rest, the time to rest. But
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, if you want to, you can binge watch. At least I've heard it called binge watch. You can You could stay up all night, all
Yeah.
day, and you want. It's
Mhm.
and is that really doing damage to our young people's brains,
Mhm.
or their development? I
Mhm.
one of our granddaughters is only, I believe she's maybe 6, and
Mhm.
before that, my wife and myself, we were so heartbroken to hear
Mm.
that she had before she even 6, 4 or 5, and we were
Mhm.
so heartbroken to hear that she had a cell phone.
Mm.
Uh, they was not to call anybody, but just to have a
Mhm.
cell phone.
Mhm.
And I'm not downing social media or anything like that, because I look at it this way: if you have if you have good parenting in your homes,
Mhm.
don't farm out your spiritual education.
That's right.
Don't forming your morals, guiding
Mhm.
your children toward the Jesus that I love, at least.
Come on.
Don't don't farm it out to someone else. Do it
Mhm.
at home, and if you
Right.
do it at home, you keep the cell phones and the TikToks and the Instagram away
Mhm.
from them till they
Yeah.
are of age.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just that's why I say it there is no more downtime.
Yeah.
There, if you want it, you can find it.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
uh, because I'm
Well.
I'm a I'm I'm a real strong advocate for just the family ties, for family.
Mhm. Yeah.
And as you know, the enemy has a lot
Yes.
of a lot of things for our families, and they're
Mhm.
not not good. Uh,
Yeah,
and
I would say, it's not like it used to be for sure. Everything is technology and TV, and the media that's out there is not always good. And that's why I use this platform to share positive things that's going on. There's more, people have skills and talents and resources that are available for you, your family. And there's positive things going on. The news is a lot of negative, and people watch that all day. So I just use this platform to share, hey, there's some positive things out there. There's some great things going on out there. There's some resources, some connections that you can connect with. And so I'm grateful for this opportunity. I look forward to having you Saturday on the men's panel, because we need more individuals like yourself that were raised, a little bit in a different way, and have just
mm,
maybe a better mindset. And I think our men and our young men need to hear that. They need that connection. They need someone like you to connect with. So let's leave with how can people connect with you? If someone's on here and they want to connect with you, how can they connect with you?
well, I only have one way to that you could, and that's through my email address, old school emails.
Yeah.
But you know what? I made it a point. I made it a point. I worked
Mm-hmm.
for Boston Children's Hospital for
Mm-hmm.
41 years at Boston Children's Hospital, and I worked there because so long because I looked at it not necessarily all the time as a job, but
Mm-hmm.
that God had planted me there in order to be a
Yeah.
help for sick children.
Yeah.
So after 41 years, I retired, and I swore to myself, after retiring from IT, information technology, that I
Yeah.
did not want to see another computer. So I have an email address, and it is Brian Tyler 2. That's BYTYLER, the number 2, at yahoo.com. And that's
Awesome.
how it can be reached.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Thank you for your time. You are phenomenal. And I look forward to having you at the event on Saturday. Listen, if you know this young man, you know how awesome he is. It's going to be a great day. Make sure you come out and support. It's Saturday, March 25th at Beyond Measure Ministries, 904 East Main Street, High Point, North Carolina. Tickets are only $10. I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much, Elder Tyler, for being on and sharing your wisdom. And we look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Bless you,
So
bless you, Sister Laura.
you're very welcome. So hold tight. We're going to go to our commercial and we'll be right back. I am Deloris Williams with Divine Connections. Make sure you stay connected to the number one divine connector, which is Jesus Christ. See you soon. Hold tight.
Hey, we've got exciting news from Divine Connections Marketing Services. Now you can create your own custom video commercial for your business or organization. It's time for you to win. Your product or service is someone's solution, so get the attention of your potential customers now. Choose from a 30 or 60-second commercial today. Just email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com and we can get started. Connect today and let's get started making your custom video commercial now. Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.